Hello, my friends. So, if today's date, July the 23rd, is your birth date, this is a reading for you for this year. It's a four-card pull, a general energy card for the year, a challenge you might face this year, an action you can take to stay in balance, and an outcome card or a synopsis of understanding about what this year is about on some deeper level. So, what is the general energy card of the year? Well, it is the Lover. And the Lover is, well, we all have the lover inside of us. We all have that yearning for someone outside of ourselves uh, to fulfill us, to complete us, to be the fairy tale ending on some level, the soulmate, the but even more than that, than just the personal lover, it is the sense of love and gratitude that comes from the rich emotional uh, connections that we make with one person, or with children, or with family, or with spirit, or with spirit in whatever way that means. And the ultimate sense of the lover is, if we're looking for the lover outside of ourselves, the truest lover that comes to us is when we look at love for ourselves internally, and we learn to love and forgive ourselves and be grateful for the life that we have and the pursuits that we have, and to listen to our emotions and listen to our intuitions, and learn about our love, and develop compassion for ourselves and others. So that's the ultimate sense of what the Lover card talks about. And it's an exciting time, it's an exciting year. You're going to be looking at through the lens of the lover, through the lens of what you expect your lover to be, what you want your lover to be, how you want to be your own lover, and how you want to be open and grateful to the world. So, what does all that mean? Well, the challenge for you this year is the Page of Cups. And I think the Page of Cups is really one who wants to experience all these different attractions, all these different connections, all these different joys, all these different places of play and pleasure and heart openings. And so, your challenge with this card is to trust that um, the love that you're presented with, maybe this is somebody, is true and is the person you really want to be with for a long time, or that you're the person that they want to be with for a long time. And maybe it's not the right time to make decisions about deepening something. Maybe it's not the right time to make decisions to follow just one path that you love. There's a lot of different ramifications around the Page of Cups and pursuing one's sense of love and pleasure and joy and commitment and art and beauty and connection, deep emotional connection. So the challenge can come in a bunch of different ways of feeling like maybe you're wider than what is needed right now, and you don't need to commit to someone, or maybe someone else is wider and they can't commit to you. But maybe it's also just going down that road toward love. Maybe you're just avoiding that sense of pleasing yourself or pleasing another, or stepping into something that might be emotionally scary for you. Um, so, what is the action you need to take with all these different possibilities? Well, the opossum is what comes up for you. The opossum is a very open, loving, and vulnerable family critter. They're just a very loving little critter, and they can be, show their bellies and be very wide and open and loving and compassionate to their family, and playful and nurturing. But the opossum's gift is the ability to play dead, is the ability to look like you're not interested, or to appear like you're uh, unable to be a part of what somebody else wants. So I think for me, this is saying on some levels that um, you might be faced with someone who really is pushing you to be their lover, whatever that means, and that you're not ready, and you're not wanting to go there with them, and you're not willing to be that vulnerable yet, and maybe you need some time, and you need some trials and errors in other respects, and maybe you can't commit to someone else's path because your own path is saying, well, I have to do this and I have to go there, and so you have to be learn to be okay with yourself and forgiving of yourself if it's not the right path. And maybe the only way to deal with someone who is pushing at you is to play dead to them and to play disinterested to them and to hold yourself away from them. Now that's either going to make them go away, or that's going to make them deepen their response to you and make you have to decide in a whole different way. But more than likely, playing dead is going to weed out those peoples and those energies that don't really support you and don't really honor you and aren't really the right time or the right commitment for you. Then maybe it's not about someone else being wrong for you, but maybe it's just not the right time, and you got to honor that. When it's the right time, you'll know it's the right time. But if it's not the right time and you're feeling like it's not the right time to commit yourself to something deeper, then you have to honor that within yourself. So what is the general energy card? This is a soul card. They come with no interpretation. They're purely intuitive. So I think this is a year of looking at your own pain and looking at the parts of yourself that you block off from yourself. And but it is a year of looking at yourself. It is a year of recognizing some big split within yourself that says, well, I want the fairy tale ending, but I don't want the pain and the problems that might come with a fairy tale ending that's about living with the ogre or living with the being who's not going to support you and love you. And ultimately it's about you coming into love with yourself and forgiving yourself and working on your own stuff and working out your own fears and pains and griefs and guilts and shames, and coming to a better place with them. You may not be able to do this with somebody else this year. You may not want to do this with somebody else this year. Maybe this is the year for you to really learn how to love yourself and be gentle with yourself and be open to yourself and not be so hard on yourself and hide yourself in some kind of way that says, well, I'm bad or I'm wrong or I'm not good enough or they're not good enough, which is often a reflection of saying, I'm not good enough on some level. Not necessarily. Maybe somebody is just not the right fit for you, and that's okay. But if you're avoiding being in relationships because you think that you're bad or wrong or have too much baggage or have too much wrongness about you, then that is the work that I think you're called to do this year, to be more loving to yourself and be more honoring to yourself and look deeply at your own pain and come to the place of being a lover to yourself and not giving your power away to somebody else and not being forced to be something that you're not ready to be until you're ready to be that, until you're ready to feel that, and until you're ready to share it. And so love yourself deeply, honor yourself deeply. Don't jump into things that don't feel completely right to you out of some kind of wish for the fairy tale ending of happily ever after to occur, because that usually doesn't occur, and we still got to work through our baggage, and we still got to work through our garbage, and we still have to come to a better place of learning how to love ourselves, and then the lover who is fitting for you will come to you at that point. So blessed be to this year of learning how to love yourself deeper.